Hi. So my name is Shirley DePena, and I feel like I've evolved from, many years with this test. In 2002, I graduated from Stony Brook University, and I came to the Jewish Board, and I was given this test this course as a student. And I remember I was where you are, where some of you are. I am bilingual. I am bicultural. I'm not a good standardized test taker. I don't do well under pressure. I procrastinate to the very, very end, which was one of the reasons I was late, I think. But anyway, sorry about that. One of the things that, so I took this course and I felt really, really strongly, really positively about it, but I was still, and I'm also really, really anxious about this exam. And so I hate to keep bringing up Hilal's name, but I love Hilal because Hilal one day, now I took my test on Saturday, March 22nd, 2003. I will never forget the day. And on March 21st, Hilal came to my program, I don't know for what. And I hadn't told anyone that I was taking the test because I was deathly afraid that I was going to fail. And I figured if I fail, no one has to know that I failed because no one knows I was taking the exam. But Hilal came to my program. I don't know if you remember this. Hilal came to my program the day before the exam. And he said, so, when are you going to take the test? I said, oh, I don't know. One day, I'm just, so, I said, do you have any tips for me? And Hilal started going through a little bit of what he went through today. And I took the test the next day at 10 a.m. I got a 77. And passing was a 75 at that time. And I was amazed and I was in love at that point with the test prep. Because I figured if I could do it, I figured that anyone else could do it. And I also realized after working with Hilal that I could really try to help it. Because some people said on the panel, once you know this stuff and once you get it, pass it on. And I think, Meghna, you said that. And it's true. And I've been teaching the test at the Jewish Board since. I've done private tutoring, I've done small group, and I teach the course. I've taught up to 4 courses at one time. And I love teaching this course because I like getting it. It's almost like you won. Like, when you figure out how to take the test and you figure out how to answer these questions, it's like you got them, whoever they are. And so I don't want to repeat what other people have said, but I will say a couple of things that I think is really, really important that people said on the panel today. This test is not about how smart you are or how good of a social worker you are. And this test will make you feel that way. It'll make you feel like you should go back to school and get another master's in something else. Don't. Because it's not about that. It's about how well of a test taker you are. And I have a little example, and we've had examples today. I have a little example that I do in my course. So here's a question for you, right? On the test, you walk into a Latino client's household and they offer you food. Would you accept it? Raise your hand if you would accept it. Got about 20 people maybe? Raise your hand if you wouldn't. It's a little bit more. The answer on the test, and given other factors, probably would be that you do accept the test. You do accept the food. So most of you probably wouldn't have gotten the question right. Now here's my question to you. What's the right answer? In the real world, what's the right answer? The real answer the right answer in the real world is it depends. It depends on if I'm hungry. It depends on what you're offering. It depends on how clean your house is. It depends on if I'm on a diet. It depends. And what Hilal talked about with the fact that in social work school, the way that we show our knowledge and we decide what to do with clients, it's based on more than a multiple choice. You can't answer questions when you're working with clients. It depends. The answer to almost any social work question is it depends. It depends on a whole lot of things. It depends on the client. It depends on us. It depends on the environment. It depends on the type of program. It depends on who my funder is. There's all kinds of things. So this test is not a test. Doesn't test how good of a social worker you are what the work you can do. It's really about your test-taking strategies. So one of the things that I always leave my students with, it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about how smart you are. And you can do this. I've had students take this test, take the course with us, and have passed. And it's not about, it's about them learning the test. And I always, if you look at these questions long enough, you'll start to figure it out. You'll start to figure out how they think, how Iowa thinks. You'll you'll start to figure that out. You'll start to figure out how they think all over. And the thing that I say a lot to my students also is you have to take this practice test in real time. And someone else said that, but when I say real time, I don't just mean on a computer. I mean, on a computer, if you're going to take the test at 10 o'clock in the morning and you've got to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to eat breakfast and get the kids to school before you drive to your testing site, then get up at 7 o'clock in the morning when you take the practice test and eat your breakfast and pretend to take the kids to school and sit on your couch for an hour to do the ride to the testing center and then go take that practice test. Because it's very, very different to roll out of bed at 9:45 and go to my computer at 10 and take a practice test than it is to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, deal with screaming kids, making breakfast, eating breakfast, and then driving through traffic, and then taking the test at 10 o'clock. Very, very different. So you want to take your test in as real time as possible. Whatever you're going to do the day of the exam, you must do when you practice. When it comes to your breaks, you can't take a break, go make yourself a sandwich, and then eat it, right? So what can you do? And that's what you want to do. And know that this is a game, and it does have rules, and you can learn, and you can pass, and we're all here to help you. Thank you.